Pathfinder Kingmaker, we're back and we're ruling. We're totally ruling. We have just had a hearty meal and yeah, it's time to take care of the kingdom. It's time to rule, to make the world prosper around us. Jethal is in fury. Yeah, we've heard about her problem. Someone's stolen her dagger. And we need to investigate that. Then there are some troubled lands here. This area of the barony is said to be a breeding ground for bandits, brawlers and cutthroats. Perhaps one of our advisors should set aside these rumors and assure the people that the guard is able to protect them. And as Rigonga is busy, we'll go for Tristan, and he's got a lot of loyalty here. You can see. You go there, Tristan. It's good. It's good. What could we go for next? Let's see. Support the council's endeavors. Yeah, that's what we could do, but we have other things to do. I have to say, we could go training, curses, other regions. Yeah, we've done all of that already. So to get that would be pretty great, and to get that we need to go out there. We need to go out there. Let's also redistribute our personal stash. Hello there. Yeah, we want to give like most of this over there, and then these things we can do away with them. These things I don't want to do away with these as of yet. Maybe we can distribute them to others that we haven't yet. Yeah, look at that. Harim can get that, and we have braces of armor. Oh. You know, maybe Octavia will use them one day. She's a rogue wizard, so she might use them. Plenty of things to do. Mark of the Weary Traveler. Jethal's old dagger. Yeah, we need to find a boar. A boar that was killed with that dagger. And the dagger was left there. Let's have a look at the storyteller. Man standing before you resembles an elf, but a very old one. His face is wrinkled. His beard is as white as mountain snow. The man seems to be completely blind. He stares past you with unseeing eyes. Oh, is he there? Is that you, your grace? Who are you? I am an elf. From Kyonin, my name is not important. I am the storyteller, collector of stories. I collect unknown legends of ancient times. The man smiles, but it doesn't seem to be directed toward you. Of course, if he's blind. Long ago, I was a smith in Kyonin, the homeland of the elven race on Golarion. The fire of the forge has burned out my eyes, but I'm grateful for it. If I could see, I would yet forge suits of armor for Idara's guards. Instead, I've stepped on the path of an adventurer and gatherer of ancient legends. He ponders silently for a moment. Many peoples are long dead, their homes crumble to dust. Their bodies turn to ash. Only legends can still tell us of their triumphs and defeats, their joys and fears. I would be so interested to hear the stories told about us after our demise. I have always been drawn to the stolen lands, where countless expeditions, armies, and even kingdoms have met their untimely ends. When I learned of a new barony being founded in the heart of these lands, I knew I wanted to be part of its story, so I made my journey here. You're really an elf? Do other elves age like you have? A common question. Despite my unusual looks, I am an elf. And an old one, yes, perhaps older than any other elf of Kyonin. However, I doubt my age alone is responsible for my appearance. I keep the stories of many people and races, some forever gone from the face of Golarion, but they live on in my memory and my heart. When I accept a new story, I lock it within myself, bearing the weight of its words and the emotions they invoke. I sometimes think that I probably should have died long ago, but some incomprehensible force is keeping me alive and granting me the ability to continue my quest to gather stories. Be it divine power or fell curse, I am grateful either way. How could you tell it was me? The old man smiled slightly. It's not so hard to recognize a ruler by the way he walks. No one in here steps as confidently as you, your grace. Yeah, we also have a confident voice. All right, would you care to trade stories with me? The man's voice rustles like autumn leaves. I am a collector, not a trader. If I share a story with you, you receive the power to pass it further, changing or embellishing it. Whether willingly or not, can I be certain you will keep my stories intact in their absolute purity? He ponders for several moments. No, I do not think so, at least not yet. These legends are the most precious valuables of this world, the last remnants of ancient tribes. They are beacons illuminating the way to the past, allowing us to meet generations long gone. I cannot let their light fade. The path to the past must not be lost. But if you don't share these stories and you die, then you don't tell stories. You're just silently keeping them, right? He thinks for a moment, then continues, but I can offer you a deal, your grace. If on your stories you discover items that come from eras past, bring them to me. And if my eyes can see the stories that these relics hold, I will gladly share them with you. And if you find all the pieces of any ancient artifacts, I can even recall my smithing skills to unite them and restore their power. I brought some relics. Are any worthy of a story? How interesting. May I, your grace? He gently touches the items from your pack. This is strange. I feel the traces of the rune magic of Thassilon, heavy spells of Cyclopes, precise wizardry of Aslant, and the fresh wind of elven spells, all combined together, though it's barely discernible underneath the mold of time. Who could have joined all these things? Their owner is shrouded in a thick darkness, blacker than the depths. Find all 5 items, and then I hope the secret of their owner will be revealed to me. I'll leave you to your legends till we meet again. Interesting. So we can give them these last tokens that we've found. And let's plan our journey a bit. So we have to look beneath the stolen lands. Yeah. The tenebrous depths. Oh, that's not the tenebrous depths, but we've gone there. Okay. There's the captor and the captive, the wicked chanter, the weary traveler, and the fallen priestess. We haven't been there yet. We'll wait a little bit for that. Investigate the death of Jethal. Would be something to do. What, alas, shall we do? What do we have? Loyal servants. Unlock a new leader post. Yeah, okay. The treasurer. P is for prosperity. An ancient formula. 3 volumes of the alchemical treatise. We have some errands. Feather tokens. All good, but we still need to investigate the troll trouble, right? The nymph in her verdant chambers. The troll trouble. We checked up on the reclusive mage. We need to find the troll lair. An ancient abandoned dwarven fortress. Somewhere in the Nile Marches. Okay. Let's seek out more trolls, right? Yeah. So, what did Ikun say us? He told us he's been looking for Kargad and some other trolls who destroyed his village and devoured the family. So we have to talk to Ikun a little bit. guiding beacon, the wizard's whip. The curse of Candlemere. Yeah, so Candlemere also has something to do with that. Let's first talk to Ekon. Ekon should be in here somewhere. Maybe. Yeah, let's check up on all of them. We have good harem here. Maybe harem can tell us something. No, it's you, Immanuel Khan. You sure want to see the dwarven ruins? Why open up old wounds? He looks down and strokes his beard. I'm not sure, Immanuel Khan. This will likely bring nothing but pain. I suspect I will regret going to the ruins, but nevertheless I ask. Please take me there. Tell me about your past. My life is divided into two parts. The first was filled with blind wandering, doubts, attempts to serve Torek. The second part began when I accepted Grotus to my soul and received a clear vision of the world. What exactly would you like to know? I didn't think dwarves ever worshipped Grotus. How did you learn about him? Oh, but that blessed day became the beginning of a new life. Alone and abandoned by all, I spent many dull hours in a filthy tavern by the roadside. I don't recall the town, nor even the country. I had no money. In fact, all I had was a hunk of stale bread. I was weary and almost fainting from hunger. And that was the moment when the whisper from my guard became more clear. It was like he was calling me. At last my sufferings had come to an end. It was a miracle, Immanuel Khan, and I had paid full price for it with my torments. I couldn't control myself. I walked out of the tavern and straight into the nearest forest. There I found the ruined temple of Aradin, the lost god. Several figures clad in robes were holding a silent service there, a service to a god I knew nothing of. None minded when I stood beside them. For the first time in my life I felt myself at home. The immortal Aslanti who raised the starstone from the bottom of the inner sea and founded the city of Absalom. Okay. My new brothers told me that they were the clerics of Grotus, the god of end times. They were traveling around Galore and spreading the teachings of Grotus despite all the persecution, contempt and misjudgment they received from others. I gladly shared this burden with them, for now I knew whose voice had whispered to me all through all those years. You were really serving Torag? Not just tried, it was a burning passion. I craved it by day and dreamt it at night. Shakes his head as if amazed by his own stupidity. You see, from my first days I felt the presence of the god at my back. I heard his whispers and felt his power. Though the nature of this power was unclear to me. I thought Torek himself was trying to speak to me, and I did all I could to understand his words. Oh, what a naive fool I was. I had no idea that Torek, that uncompromising, conceited god glamorized by all dwarves, was capable of betrayal. He turned away from me. He left me in the hour when I put all my hopes in him and desperately needed his support. Torrek's the god of craftsmanship, so every follower, especially the clerics, must smith their own suit of armor. The day when this work is finished is like the second birthday for a dwarf. He is newly born in the eyes of Torag. He sighs heavily and falls silent for a time. My second birthday never came. I couldn't make armor, not even a sword, not even a simple nail. My hammer smashed my fingers and fell on my feet. Molten iron burned my hands. The clerics laughed as they healed me. They used to say I was cursed by Torek, so I finally gave up any attempt to please the betrayer god. Let's not go deeper into this. Where are you from? My life story began in Larad, a city of dwarven clerics and acolytes. They served Torek and the other dwarven gods, Torek's brothers Angrad and Magrim, Torek's wife Folgrit, his daughter Bolka, his sons Grundinar, Coles and Trud, and also Torek's sister Drungwit. Harim curves his lips in contempt. I wouldn't be surprised if they built a temple to Torek's pet dog. Sorry, I let myself carried away. Larad is the second largest dwarven city in the Five Kings Mountains. It's built up around numerous temple caverns, which serve as places of worship for all the dwarven gods. Many pilgrims from every corner of Golarion come to Larad to pray to their gods. Some remain to live there. The city is simply imbued with faith. You can't swing a dead cat without hitting a cleric. It's no surprise. Inspired by the aura of this city, And I decided as a young boy to dedicate all my efforts to becoming a cleric of Torag. Alright. Let's talk later, man. Try to find Ekun.
I do what I must.
And talk to him. Maybe he can tell us something about the trolls that we don't yet know. It's time for a little bit of a talky journey. Come on now. Anyone there? Ah, there's Valerie, there's... Who are these guys? Delia? Hilland? Let's talk to them. See a stout man, suited in well-worn armor. His face is framed with silvery stubble. His fleshy nose is red and pock-marked. He radiates perfect calm. As you approach, he bows respectfully and with dignity. Hilland, your grace, captain of the city guard. Young dwarf girl salutes you awkwardly. Delia, assistant to the captain. Happy to serve your grace. I don't remember hiring a guard captain, or any guards for that matter. I came here from Rostov with a dozen of my best guards by order of Lady Jamandi Aldori, your grace. I hired the rest from among the locals. What? Don't you worry, your grace. We're now the subjects of the barony. We've sworn to serve you faithfully and loyally, and you can't count on us. Besides, we draw our salary from your chests. Okay. Hilland looks at the female guard, raising his brow and sighs, and looks at you. Of course, every one of us is ready to die protecting your grace. There's still some work to be done when it comes to discipline. You know, that dwarven author, Baldric Sebrus, Garlic Tundras, his name escapes me. My boneheads used to read his books about guard's duty, right on guard duty. I'll have to teach them a lesson or two. Okay. I'd like to learn something about you. Of course, your grace, I've been a guard all my life. I started as snot-nosed runt in the night watch. Rostov is famous for its fencing schools. Young people from all the river kingdoms come to study there. It seems every other person has a sword, and every third thinks they know how to use it better than all the rest. A misspoken word or drunken fight can quickly lead to a stabbing rampage. That's why there are so many guards in the city, and they don't accept just anyone. Lady Jamandi took note of my achievements and marked me for advancement. That's why I'm here. For Delia, I found her on the street about a decade ago. I remember vividly a tiny dwarf girl sitting on the temple steps, dirty face, barefoot, feeding a piece of bread to a stray cat. I saw her, and my heart missed a beat. Where she's from, who left her alone, and why, only Eris still knows. As she grew, I tried to send her to learn a craft, but who can talk sense into a dwarf? She wanted to be a guard, and that's that, so now I'm teaching her myself. Lucky, she has a head on her shoulders and a fair bit of strength. You have everything you need. There's sufficient munitions and supplies, your grace. The salary is fair. We've enough to buy toys for the kids and a jug of beer when the shift is done. Of course, the town is growing. Would be nice to expand the ranks, but we can manage that ourselves. Okay, have a quiet shift, man. Interesting. So we have guards, apparently. And we have citizens. We have tons of citizens. Oh, is that you, Tristan? Ah, Tristan. What is it about you? We wanted to talk to Ekun. Later, man. There's dog. Where's Ekun, though? Ekun. Standing behind some kind of... Oh, there's Harrim. Regonga, Octavia. Zarki. There's more citizens. Citizens, guards.
Follow if you dare.
Ekun. Forgive me, are you a friend? My thoughts are on Kargat right now. Tell me about yourself. I don't want to rake up the past. Not now when the wound still bleeds. Must kill Kargat and regain my peace. Okay. Kargad, I guess. Well, I guess we need to search for Kargad. Can we leave this place here, or what is it that we can No, can we leave this place here? Oh, this is expanding. So many horses. Alright, we cannot leave here, can we? Yeah, you go here. Fold life. Leave this cursed place. I mean, our beautiful city. Search for more trolls. The Kobold Trail. That was one of the leads of Ekon. There's a nymph. There's the Hodag lair. Alright, I mean we've been at the lone house, and from there we could go here. And then cross over there. Let's do that. Nope, we don't want to enter. You want to go past here? Oh, it's not our thing. Still that lizard folk.
Adventures can wait.
Yeah, we'll cross over here and then we'll rest. How about we rest at the crossroads? Ha ha ha. Oh, there's a couple of kobold and the swamp witch is hot. Oh, it's very interesting. We wanted to visit the swamp witch. But first, let us rest, friends.
You're not bad at all. Let's fight, one-on-one. Find out who is the best fighter on this team, huh?
No need to fight. You are the best.
Don't bother. We spoil the hearty meal. Yay us. Yay us. Maybe let's visit the kobolds first. Where would that kobold trail? The hills seemed pleasant, even welcoming. No grey doom and gloom, just walking along the path and enjoying the view of all the cute little wild pyramids built out of pebblestone. Oh wait, was it pebblestone? Horror of horrors! What I mistook for pebbles were polished bones. All along the path the grass was riddled with pyramids made of polished kobold remains. It got us thinking, is it wise to follow such a grim path, the way marked by death itself? Yeah, we followed the path, trying to brush away thoughts on who may have polished the kobold vertebrae and why. We quickly moved along the path leading through the pale hills. It didn't take long for us to reach a mountain river with a bridge crossing over it. Well, bridge maybe a bit generous. It was actually just a long branch, but as thick as an arm, spanning from one bank to the other. It may have been enough for a kobold to cross, since we could see another one of those small bone pyramids on the far side, but it didn't look nearly strong enough for a party to cross. We carefully examined the river. We quickly discovered that the river was quite deep. I plunged my arm shoulder deep into the water and couldn't even feel the bed. It was fast too. The current pulled the dried leaf off my sleeve and was gone from my sight within a blink, and it was cold, very, very cold. Frankly, none of us were interested in taking a swim. We examined the branch. The branch did have one thing going for it though. Being so thick, it happened to be quite sturdy. But that didn't make the flimsy crossing any less slippery or challenging to anyone daring to set foot on it. I wonder how many kobolds have slipped on the wet bark and found a watery grave in the ice-cold river. We talked it over and chose a volunteer to try crossing the river. Ekun seems the best one for this task. Got the best sum of everything. There we go. Ekondayo was unperturbed by the thin branch, the speeding current. After a deep breath, our volunteer set forth along the precarious crossing. One step, then another, a few feet crossed with no trouble, and I started to think that maybe things would be fine. That's when the branch jerked and started to shake. It's rolling over with no time to think. All Ekondayo could do was flail his arms. Jump to the other side. And we fail. What the heck? Some days we rise, some days we fall. Today seemed to be one of the falling ones. The clumsy jump ended with a plunge into the ice-cold water. A desperate scream, a splash, and Ekondayo disappeared beneath the water before we knew it, a victim of his own bravery. All we could do was pray to every god we could think of and wait for the outcome of his unexpected swim. Thankfully we succeeded at 15 out of 15. How did we succeed? Roll result, yeah. 5. Gods favor the brave. Or is Ekondayo just a good swimmer? Yeah. Whatever the case, our fearless hero's head appeared above the water a few moments later, this time much closer to shore. Ekondayo finally set foot on firm ground after a short while later, quivering from the cold and trying to shake off the water. Now, refusing to give up, we went in search of another way to cross the river. Seek, and you shall find, even if it takes a couple of hours to get there. After a long walk down the stream, we managed to find a crossing. Not very convenient, but at least it seemed to be safe. Soaking wet and at risk of falling ill, we finally managed to cross that accursed river and get back to the mysterious trail marked with those sinister bone pyramids. It wasn't long before we found where the mysterious kobold path led. One small pyramid made of polished kobold bones may be a bit spooky, but it's not unbearable. But how about thousands? We found ourselves looking over a proper kobold graveyard, each little pyramid a mark of a kobold death, and that mark made out of their own remains. Eesh. The real enigma, though, waited in the heart of the burial ground. The centerpiece was made of hundreds, maybe even thousands of polished bones, all put together to form the head of an enormous dragon. Imagine it. These small, nonsensical reptiles somehow managed to create a sculpture both fearsome and magnificent. Such might, and yet such frailty as well. If a single bone were to be removed from the foundation, this beautiful statue would crumble to dust, and even I spotted one such a flimsy bone. Regardless, we'd come face to face with irrefutable proof the kobolds, for better or worse, were changing. This news had no impact on our search for the trolls, though. The land was clearly sacred to the kobolds, and it seemed unlikely they would bring their new friends here. But how would the Baron deal with the structure we found in this realm? We will respect that. Maybe we can become friends. Following my advice, the Baron adjusted the dangerously loose bone in the hope of reinforcing the remarkable composition. His Grace was standing to leave when a glint from the dragon's jaw drew his attention. Carefully reaching inside, the Baron pulled out what seemed to be a dirty stone. Beneath an outer layer of clay, we found a large, finely cut emerald. It seemed the kobold spirits decided to grant us a gift. Stowing the offering in his bag, the Baron turned and left. We dutifully followed our leader, and soon the bizarre kobold burial ground was far behind us. What an adventure we had there, eh? What an adventure. We could visit the kobold camp. Go to the verdant chambers. Meet the nymph. Yeah, I mean, she wanted to give us something, so maybe let's visit her. Oh, we're meeting someone on the road. Who could that be? We saw something that probably no one else had ever seen before. Beside the blazing campfire stood a kobold who had wrapped himself into a worn-out elven robe. On the far side of the clearing, 3 enormous trolls shuffled their feet, hesitating. The kobold stretched out his callous paws and with immense gravity hissed and mumbled incomprehensibly. We could barely even guess at what all this meant. Carefully snuck closer. Hiding behind the elm trees, we crept close enough to hear the mysterious kobold's mumbling. We tried translating it. We could interpret the body language. Yeah, we tried to make sense of what was happening by interpreting gestures and body language. It seemed like the kobold was shaming the trolls for cowardice. Hissing and grunting, he repeated Hargolka several times, causing the trolls to tuck their heads and slouch a little deeper each time. It must have been the name of a very important troll, a chieftain, a pack leader, someone they regarded as an authority. Whatever the case, the kobold's words hit their target. One of the trolls, the tallest and mightiest one, stood straight and stepped forward. His enormous claw involuntarily scratched at his bloodied shoulder, which held a burn-in pattern. The other troll's shoulders looked to have the same pattern, as though they'd all been branded. The kobold stretched his arms toward the troll, his sleeves still on fire. Flames, flames, flames! The kobold hissed menacingly in common. Flames, flames, flames! The trolls replied in their own tongue. The brave troll stepped closer to the campfire. We couldn't imagine a more opportune time to strike. Could push the troll into the fire. We stealthily threw a stone at the kobold. We failed, of course. How did we fail? We rolled a 4, of course. No, we rolled a 10. We were aiming for the kobold, but we hit one of the trolls. We may as well have been throwing a pillow. We lost the element of surprise. A difficult battle lay before us. Oh well. Oh well. Oh well, oh well. Ekondayo. We'll try for the troll. The spark shaman. It's dead already. Okay then. They're coming in now. Ow. Tristan. Protect Emmanuel. How could we? Moderate wounds. Yeah, I think that's a moderate enough wound. What about the last one? 17. My goodness. Attack the branded troll. Emmanuel. Shield yourself. Be defensive. Amiri. Attack! Lindsay. They will kill Emmanuel if we don't really... I think we will grease this. Come on. Stop the snapping. Boom. The doctor. We tripped the last troll. What could we do here? Protect Emmanuel. The bark skin. Ekun.
Cannot hide from me.
Attack the troll. Tristan. Good for the prayer. Smiley can attack. Emmanuel, yeah, we'll use this.
This will hurt.
What the heck? Okay, we stepped into the grease. Great stuff.
I go down.
Lindsay, Play some music. The doctor. Gaia. Oh, I think we don't have the acid maul now. Ah, that's very impractical. Do we have a good weapon? Let's see. Dart. That troll must be unconscious. Let's attack that troll then. Ekon.
Nowhere to run.
Yeah, that bow. Bow is worth gold. What does it do? Seems like for some reason it goes around that protection from the trolls. Tristan.
Repent. I still got
Trolls attacking. Ah, Miri! Wonderful. We did it!
Something bothering you?
Wow, really? What did we roll here? Oh. For 9 hit points? It was a moderate wound spell. Wow, we're healing so badly, it's crazy. We'll sacrifice his protection from evil. Yeah, that was better. Making the case for good rolls. Oh, look at that. Get a Wand of Bless. And a Scroll of Shield and a Cloak. A Cloak of freaking Resistance +2? Wow. Just wow. We have Cloak of Resistance +2 here. We have the Cloak of the Winter Whale. Let's exchange that. Any more cloaks that we could use? You'll get the Cloak of the Winter Whale. Where was that wand? Oh, there's also the Scroll of Shield. But we know Shield already. Aha. What else is there? There's something from the Shaman. Cheese. What's this? The bloody leftovers of the troll's dinner are scattered beside the rock. And what do we have here? Someone struck this rock hard enough to leave claw marks across the surface. What else can we find here, though? On this... in this place? Anything else? In this interesting wilderness?
I do what I must.
Aha, there is something here. Thorax Pendant. I could bring that to Grim.
I'm off.
There is a herb. Dear Herb. We will call you Herbert from now on. Okay, we did it. I think we're on the right track. Absolutely. Let's get to these verdant chambers. Yes, please enter. What, my friends, will we find here? We'll find that out in the next episode. thank you for watching and happy gaming to you. This is Manuel Khan signing out. Have a great time until then. And happy gaming. See you soon.